Hey everyone, I thought to celebrate our first Design in a Day of the year, I'd do a little walkthrough about what we did on today's Design in a Day. This was an interesting one. They're all interesting. The particular challenge with this one was that we were effectively merging two identities into a single website. So in this instance, it's a really beloved pair of restaurants in Portland, Dick's Kitchen and Dick's Primal Burger. They're an innovative, sustainable diner concept, and they accommodate all kinds of allergies and special requests so that everyone can have a diner experience. We all love diners. And they have very similar branding, all of that. The menus are effectively identical. So it doesn't really make sense right now. They have just sort of two static landing pages, one for each restaurant. Doesn't really make sense, doesn't really tell the story. So this is the solution, is merging them both under one roof and creating a portal into both of them. Because our client was really prepared and had all of his copy ready and it's some really cool imagery and all that kind of stuff, we were able to also create a custom landing page. Effectively, this is all custom coded. And, I always say that Design in a Day isn't a custom solution, but we actually sneak a lot of custom stuff in there. It's just, it depends on how well organized the content is, how much we have to work with, how big the site is, stuff like that. So we were able to create this really nifty landing page. I like to think of it, it looks almost like a postcard. Got this nice cream border that's in their branding. And then we have portals to go to both of the restaurants. So if someone's Googled Dick's Primal Burger or just Primal Burger, hopefully they'll find this site and they'll be like, oh, these are the people behind Dick's Kitchen too. So that's the idea, is to really help create brand identity, that they're both part of this single concept. So let's go look at the Dick's Kitchen landing page. So then for each property, we have what I call a microsite. So as you can see, unusual take, there's no header because this is all just right on one page. Why have more clutter? Because all the info is just right there, where the potential diners can get all the information. They can connect with unique social icons. These are also custom coded in because Squarespace has some funky stuff related to social icons. You can see, the different types of burgers that you can get, and the Dick's Kitchen story. You can also view the menu. Again, that's really important. People want to see what's available and that there's something that they can eat. And so we've incorporated that. That's in the copy, that's in the headlines. And then, of course, they can also view a detailed menu. We also have a slideshow of all the food. It'll be really easy for the client to add more imagery. They get to take good photos of the interior of the restaurants. We can add these here, or maybe they can go up here. A map to see the location. You can zoom in and see if that's near you. Kind of be like, oh yeah, I know where that is. And again, I like doing little things like this. Like, for example, this map is in the brand palette of the business. So you don't necessarily need to have that kind of boring blue, taupe, green Google map. You can have something that looks kind of cool. And then we also wanted to introduce the vendor partners, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But that's a big deal for their brand. Let me move my face over here. And then this is something, I don't usually love footers that have a lot of information. A footer is the space at the bottom of the page. But in this instance, I really do. We have the little flame, which is part of the iconography of both the properties. And then we have all the info you could need. We're going to add these links in a little bit, but there are links to order through various online services. So if you use Postmates or DoorDash or what have you, it's all right there. There's quick links to get throughout the website. We also have, quick click to calls, click to emails, and then again, repeating the navigation, because while this is a small site, it is set up a little differently. And so we want to make sure no one gets lost. And again, reiterating the social media connections as well, just so it's nice and easy for people to find what they need, learn more about these restaurants. So then the last page is about the locally sourced healthy food and the vendors they work with. So it's just a little tiny page, a little bit about who they work with. And then right now it's just a list of each of the vendors, but hopefully down the line they'll be able to get transparent PNG images from each of these partners, and they'll be able to put them on here and then link out to their websites, just to create a little bit of, I like to do nice. If you have people who you work with, you should give them a shout out on your website. And so that's always a good plan too. So I know it seems like a really tiny website, but it's also super custom. But we were able to get it done in a really short period of time, and that's the beauty of having a system where you have a real plan for a site. And that's what our goal is with Design in a Day: is to really create a website that is really in alignment with the business goals. And we have this very specific system that we go through to ensure that it's very clear what your goals are. And then we craft a whole plan for the design day around a site that will meet those goals. So by the time, we do our afternoon training with you, actually Kat does, there won't be any surprises. You'll see what you envisioned, but even more awesome.